Hey, it's Jake Gagne. Thanks for watching MotoAmerica on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe. Keep tuning in.
17 laps on deck. When these red lights go out, we're rolling. Here we go. Gagne with another great launch right in the middle of your screen. He leads us up and over the hill, and it's going to be Gagne with the whole shot again.
Yeah, Herrin got a good jump from row 2, that inside. He didn't get pinched off, which was good. He's going to come up over the top of the hill right alongside, or tried to get alongside Bobby Fong, but that momentum carried him out. But again, perfect start for Jake Gagne. He defends going into turn 3 on that first lap, and look who did slot himself into third. Josh Herrin gets through. I was going to say before the start, there's one guy that's going to throw the kitchen sink at this who does not want to see this championship end today, and that is going to be that number 2. That is the race that we've got to watch.
So basically, if Gagne wins and Herrin finishes second, there's still some life left.
There's a mathematical chance,
mathematical chance, yeah. But Herrin's going to get after it. He's going to entertain the fans. That's what he's all about. But now you have Jake Gagne, who's having a clear track in front of him, which none of this field likes to see. Fresh-lean progressive Yamaha. His race strategy is put down 5 of the fastest laps you possibly can and see where the rest of the field is and where they've sorted themselves out. But right now, so Richie Escalante on that Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki going around Bobby Fong for position.
He set that up a little bit earlier too, Greg. He set that up in a spot, and he just committed to making that pass. He wants to get to the front, does the 54. So these 3 guys at the front. See if Herrin can do anything with Skoltz out of this corner. Be also interested to see somebody's off in the back there. Nolan Lampkin gets back on. Looks like maybe he ran straight in the chicane. But Herrin can get that power to the ground on that Ducati. See if he can get anything, get up alongside Skoltz before they get to turn 1. That's kind of what I was thinking, especially on new tires. He's going to get up alongside. Is he going to be able to make the pass?
There goes Herrin up the inside. He gets it turned. Can he hold on to it? Doesn't even come close to running on a racetrack. A nice pass after a really good start from Matthew Skoltz on the number 11. And there's Escalante right behind him.
And right now, he's the only one that's even showing that he can keep any pace. Look how tight that Ducati was turned.
Wow.
There behind Gagne through that turn 9 area, turn 10 area.
Herrin had mentioned that his crew chief Simone spent all night thinking about how to make this bike better. And so in addition to all that thinking the night before, they had race 2, which was earlier today. And I'm sure that they made a couple of adjustments to get Herrin even more comfortable on the bike. Basically the frame and the swing arm and a couple other little small bits and pieces are still intact. But beyond that, ADR has done a great job of developing their own parts. Motor, tank. Oh, Herrin
deep there. So he's going to have to just give up some time. That's a lot. That's a lot of time he gave up. That is more than enough. But you know, good on Josh, because he knows, and he's definitely given up the time that he's lost 2 spots.
Another look at it, Jason.
Yeah, he just gets in there and he gets to the point where he realizes he's just not going to make it. So he jumps over the curbing, and you're going to see him move over to the right and get out of guys' ways so that he lets Skoltz go through, and then, of course, lets Escalante follow him through. Well, the track temperature comes up, tires get hotter, and it just makes everything just gets hotter, doesn't it? As Herrin goes up underneath Escalante. I kept my eyes on that, Greg, while you were asking me that question. But yeah, so when the track gets a little bit greasier, it just makes the bike harder to ride because of the temperature going up in the track. Last time we saw him, he was back there with ahead of JD Beach, but he gets into the chicane. Both riders. Is it JD and him both? No, I don't think it's JD.
That's not JD.
It's definitely not JD, because JD's up behind the lead group right now.
It was Posh, perhaps Brandon Posh on the Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki. That's really the concern for Matthew Skoltz, would be Herrin behind him, because if Herrin really catches just a whiff of being able to pass him, he's going to take a shot on him, just like he does right there.
There's the
so
whiff.
that was it.
Yeah.
And so Herrin gets it, and now he's going to try to set sail after Jake Gagne.
A couple ways you can look at it when you have the potential. As you see him roll up underneath Matthew Skoltz, Matthew gets that foot in really quickly once he sees the front of that red Ducati coming up alongside of him.
And I think Matthew is, like, if you're Matthew right now, Jason, you'd like to be in second place, but you know that if you start roughing it up, as Skoltz starts to spin up the rear wheel a little bit. Oh, and Herrin with a mistake.
He's in deep. Escalante looking to try to go up underneath Skoltz.
Oh, boy, almost ran out of real estate for the 54 of Escalante. But he doesn't, and onto the front straightaway they go.
When you come into certain turns, so when they come through this next right, and then they go into this next fast left. They're going to short shift to third. When they flick it back into this right, the off throttle, if you don't feel like you have a bike underneath you, see how much Schultz pulls up onto the back of Herrin? So off throttle, it looks to me like Josh maybe he's experiencing the feeling of the bike coming around off throttle. And you see Herrin's bike looks so good. Schultz's bike looks so good through that little section. He's able to draw up on the back of Herrin. But being able to get to the back of him and being able to pass him, as we know, are going to be two different things. Herrin knows what's at stake.
Ooh.
Yeah, Herrin knows what's at stake, and it's going to be a fight for Matthew Schultz to get by him.
Let's see who gets on the front straightaway the best. So we know that we saw Bobby Fong as well.
Yeah, like this is what I'm talking about. So Herrin, to me, I think, and it'd be interesting to talk to him and see, but it's more, these guys can draw up on him a little bit heading into the corner.
The problem for Matthew Schultz is if I pass Josh Herrin, what's the next opportunity for Josh Herrin to pass me back? Because Herrin never lays down. Here he goes. He's going to try him into the chicane. He gets it done. A nice pass. And Herrin trying to drive up onto Matthew Schultz. And Schultz already with a couple bike lengths. Looked like he might have been in there a little bit deep.
But look at that Westby bike. It looks good.
Our first place rider, Gagne, Matthew Schultz, and this is the battle for third. The final podium position between a Ducati rider, a Suzuki rider, and a BMW rider. And of course, let's not forget JD Beach is also right back there. There it is, going up the inside. Goes Escalante. A little bit wide for Herrin. And the Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki rider gets it done for the moment. But here comes the fight back. No. Man. So Escalante holds on to it, at least for this corner.
Escalante's pulled that gap. Now he opens up the radius of that turn a little bit on the entry so that he can cut it back a little bit more as they head up that hill. And you can see here, he's trying to get on the gas. Herrin sees him there now. But Escalante makes a nice, smooth, clean pass. Well done.
Frustrated behind this other rider. I got to get by him, and Escalante looked like a cool customer.
Yeah, and this is the spot where he's got to defend really hard. Once he gets up out of this corner here and gets over the crest, this is where Herrin's bike has actually been pretty good, and it's been good enough to get him to pull up alongside. Ooh. And it's exactly what you saw, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And it's going to allow Herrin to maybe get up alongside.
Here comes Josh Herrin. He's going to fight back. He gets it done. And that was all started, as Jason said, over the hill. And it just looked like the part of the racetrack that Escalante was on created some instability on his GSXR 1000. Jake Gagne, as he comes to take the white flag and one final lap. He's in a position right now, Jason, where he can wrap up his third Medallia Superbike title in a row and have a nice, comfortable sail off into the sunset for the final 2 rounds of racing. Matthew Schultz, a Yamaha rider, Westby Yamaha, put himself in a position to ensure that Gagne could win this #1 plate. But PJ Jacobson going up the inside of Escalante, and that thwarts Escalante's plans to try to get on the podium. So the 99 Tytler Cycle bike gets it done. Is Escalante going to fight back? No, he can't. On the final lap, there he goes up the inside. So good job by Escalante to try to get that back. They are battling it out. Front wheels in the air, the both of them.
And
for fourth place.
Unreal. The heart that he's showing right now. And, you know, when they go back and they look at this race, that team, they're going to know it's up over that rise, that the 54 struggled to keep these guys behind him. And not, you know, that's the place. But to fight back the way he did immediately on PJ Jacobson, tremendous riding from Escalante here.
And you got to admire what Josh Herrin has done.
Absolutely.
He was falling back. He took the opportunity to go past Escalante when that bike got unsettled. And now Herrin is just turning the screws and inching away on this final lap of Medallia Superbike race #3. As Josh Herrin looks like he is in a really good spot for another podium this season. As Richie Escalante going through the chicane for the final time. Here we go, the #1 plate of Jake Gagne has a look over his shoulder. Onto the front straightaway he'll go. The checkered flag waves. He does the hat trick and wraps up the national championship with this 3rd place finish from Josh Herrin. And a great ride by Matthew Schultz to finish in 2nd. Richie Escalante holds on to 4th over PJ Jacobson, and JD Beach in 6th place.
you know, it's really hard to do that. So him and the teams did a great job this weekend getting Richie up there.
Well, you can see that Dunlop was cooked near the end of the race and his bike control.
But he comes here and does the the triple.
Yep.
And a couple guys had some bad luck, but Matthew Skoltz 1.8 seconds back, really kept him honest. Josh Herrin, Escalante, PJ Jacobson, JD Beach just kept getting better all weekend.